We are back with a new episode of the Boombuzz Big Brother Naija recap. Here we talk about everything that went down in the past week, the late night activities, the under the duvet activities, the eating activities, every activity that happened, the entanglements, the quarrels, the most ridiculous shit. No matter what it is, we talk about everything on this show. And I have with me two of my colleagues. And I have with me Shewa. Today we are going to be discussing about everything that has happened in week 2. I am your big brother. My name is Excel. Thanks to Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, and August.
We brought ourselves to the red
table. They've given us a new word.
White table. Yeah, the white table.
Yeah, the one is not red table. They've given us a new word that has become like a very popular word, entanglement. And we're seeing a lot of that in Big Brother Naija House.
Yes.
Shara, what's your favorite entanglement in the house?
Man, it has to be Prince, Watuni, and Tolani Batch.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, I think it's.
That's a dead entanglement.
I mean, like there's nothing freaky about it.
Mm-hmm.
Entanglement should come with all the spice and like.
So what's your favorite?
Well, I think Erica, Liko, and Kid Wire.
Okay.
Because Kid Wire is when maybe we can paint the picture of Will Smith with Jada, and then if you look at Liko is, I don't know.
Liko and August are singers and musicians.
Yeah, you get that kind of thing. So I mean,
not really.
that's like the favorite
To
one
me,
for me.
the reason why I picked them is because of the fact that Tolani and Watuni, they are best friends. Like they are best. They both gossip together and they're liking the same guy. Like I don't understand. You see the moment after
The party
that like Tolani was just insulting, saying she's going to change it for him, Kiriko.
And then immediately she went to be feeding him cake. That's how you women are. That's how you women.
See,
I'm glad you know.
we have to give it to women.
I'm glad you know.
We know how to play this thing.
You're not playing anything.
1 minute
she just complained.
And
But I think that for me, my favorite entanglement in the house is Ozo, Nengi, and Dorothy. And their own is even getting ugly.
Yeah. Because yesterday there was some, I think there was a confrontation, whatever, and then what's this guy's name? Neil was taking it personal. It was like, me, I don't feel they carry person matter for it. That's bullshit.
But when Big Brother told them to all go to the guy,
he
kept quiet.
In front of Dorothy, I was like, why are you get mouth for back? You know if you talk for front. That's
Neil is a noisemaker. That's my opinion.
But at some point I thought that when he found love with me, like he kept quiet. But then
that's
when he gets him suit.
That's a way. Okay, let's have that as a thing. Relationships you hate now. I hate that relationship.
Erica is number 1.
Nengi and Prince. I just don't like the way Nengi is treating Prince.
So now let's move on to the real bad guy, the villain of this season, who is Brighto. That guy is something else.
Little finger.
That guy
He comes off as a naive guy, unassuming.
Yeah.
But he's the
and
devil.
Then he creeps in like slow poison. It drops it just.
I think when I confirmed that he was really a bad guy was when he just had a conversation with Tolani. Tolani told him she's not feeling touchy at all.
And he went to Tochi. Like, put pressure. What pressure? And she freaking said she's not attracted. Like, what pressure? And then from Tochi, it went to Watoni. Then from Watoni.
Then when he told Liko to grab Erica from behind.
And kissed by the neck.
Who does that?
I think that for me, presently, if there's anybody that deserves to win, it's Brighto. Because he's playing the game. The rest of them came to the house and
they're focused on finding love. I mean, is this ultimate love challenge?
No, maybe they saw Teddy.
No,
I think there's a psychological thing to being cooped up in that house like that.
Yeah.
They all behave like I was telling some people earlier this morning. They all behave like secondary school students in boarding house.
Yeah, and Lucy's the room captain. So
she has
to put them in place.
Okay, so there are some people in the house that are not getting any action. Some guys.
Yeah, like Tricky T.
What's the problem? Is it that they don't have charisma or they're ugly? I'm asking from a woman's perspective. Shaggy, I want to get from a woman's perspective. What's the problem?
Well, I think like maybe there's Eric, there's Kidwaya, there is also. So they just look at themselves and I think they're not confident enough. Like they just feel these guys are way better than them. And at the beginning, like when they first entered, I think all the girls were really attracted to them, Eric and Kidwaya.
Yeah, women see beauty first.
So they just, I think when
everybody sees beauty first.
And people like in Solani, boy couldn't even approach her. Like he really liked that boy. Even
I really thought him and Tolani will hit it off because you guys might not know this, but Tolani used to work in the music industry. She was working with Universal Music Naija. So I thought with somebody in the music industry and an artist, they already have a ground to meet, and not once have they sat down to say anything about music.
I think Tolani, she apart from when she stated that she liked Prince, that she's not really with any other guy. She's really just there minding her business, and when she needs to talk, she's
playing it.
Look at what she did to Katrina, and since then Katrina literally just became cool and decided to open up more.
Katrina didn't expect it to actually like turning into a hot.
Man, and then the dramatic drop mic and she just walked out like
you stupid ass ugly ass bitch.
Like she just walked out the man. It was.
I just saw someone else. But
I
like that part. Like
so that I think that was very important for Tolani. That thing.
Yeah.
This is good. This is weird because that's like a bad situation, right? But Tolani needed that because before then she appeared boring to the audience.
Yeah, she wasn't.
She was boring.
Before she went.
But when that happened, everyone was like, "Oh, so you did like this? You did okay."
No, she even hyped herself actually. When she
said she's smiling and everything.
When she entered the house, she was all calm like pop, like what the hell.
But she's like maybe number 2, number 3 life of the party.
Yeah, after
Saturday party.
Erica, the accountant is when she's dancing, and I'm like, even Katrina brings the spice too. She brings it because.
But she was just moody last
party. And her skin color, everything is just.
But she did her body though.
Yeah, but then who's her doctor, please? I need to.
Who, Nengi's doctor?
No,
Katrina
too did her body. I mean, shout out to Nigerian women doing body work. I love it, man.
I think I need something. So Katrina, call me. So
are you go call her? Now you need her.
No, she has to call me.
All right, let's move on to
Leo and Eric.
Yeah, that was
I've never been
last week. Sorry to cut you short. Last week, when I sat here, I'm your big brother. When I sat here, I said I want that relationship to scatter.
Yeah.
So that one of them will go and. Yeah. I didn't know it would be this fast.
Man.
And if I was to bet, I would have betted that Eric would go. Yeah. Not Lilo.
I've never been so irritated by a relationship before. I mean, like Lilo literally told Big Brother that this guy was a distraction to her. Then the night they were literally in each other's guts. Like, come on, are you here for the game? And what's this thing that she's always choking him when there's
it's witchcraft. There's no other way to explain.
I'm sure Eric's mom will just be praying.
Hey God, because
release my son.
But do we believe? Are we of the opinion that Lilo being very clingy to Eric is what fucked up again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because I feel like
not really that, but you can be clinging to someone, but you can also be mixing with like people. Like because you are clinging to one person doesn't mean you cannot mix it. Look at V. V is close. Yeah,
very clingy, but she mixes with people. Yeah.
And then if you look at it, I feel like if she had been friends with the females, they would have saved her. It would have been Eric that would have gone.
Yeah.
Or maybe Praise. But then it was just she was always with Eric and
but some people were saying girls always draw each other, but that one does not even follow.
It wasn't.
But some people are just of the opinion that like it doesn't make sense.
Like girls always do what?
Drag each other down. Like whenever we support,
women they don't support each other.
Because most of the ladies were just Lilo.
Yeah, she wasn't friends with them. It was just
but she didn't with her friend.
Has any of the guys clashed in the house?
No. They've not. I think they have a good friendship. Like the bro code is very strong and all.
I think we'll still get that in the comments.
But I think this season, like, they're quite close.
Yeah.
Like compared to the last set.
Yes.
Last set was so boring.
They were, the classism thing was in place. So, but this one, they are
calm.
free,
They are
yeah.
very calm.
And they are giving us content, like. So, it's just 2 weeks and we've had enough content.
So what's going to happen to Lilo now? Because she clearly cheated on her boyfriend.
Yesterday when Ibuka asked her, it was like, so how do you feel about Eric? She said, I still feel the same way about him. How about your boyfriend? We are good, like really. And Eric, Abba, he didn't even waste time. My guy was shouting. And if you look at the other seasons, Teddy
But they stayed longer though.
Teddy
You can't compare, they stayed longer.
Yeah,
No,
but
stayed
apart from
longer.
that,
No,
like
they
even, looking at Teddy and Bam Bam season, people were still opinion that it wasn't legit. People actually thought Teddy and Bam Bam were not really that strong.
yeah.
He cried now.
Yeah, even Fraud said that Esther was giving him bad vibes. He cried. Look at Gidoni and Kafi. Gidoni and Kafi. Kafi even put his teddy bear beside her, what is hard for him. She was money, but my guy Eric did not even waste time. He said, saying that she didn't give me confidence. Now she don't go game don't change. So the game is.
But do you know what I'm waiting? I want him to move on to another girl.
Yes.
The girl is so juicy.
Oh god.
Yes.
Like, she should just switch to another
Yes.
girl.
Oh,
And I'm
God.
sure, see,
He has to, because
Oh god.
the way I see Eric, I see him as a boring guy.
There's nothing fantastic
he is
about
boring.
him.
Even
But he
their
looks
conversations, I'm
He's
But
like,
he
not-
looks good. He's a handsome dude.
yeah, he has,
Yeah.
I don't find him attractive.
Okay, maybe he's not your
It's not
expert,
interesting.
but he's a handsome dude.
But when you talk about guys, I mean Prince. God.
Oh my God.
Prince.
It's funny
that's why he has like 4
because
girls on his
we have
face.
a prince that is behind the camera. I can't tell if she's referring to that prince or the prince in the woman. This
certainly not
is
the prince.
set on
It's
set
that
entanglement.
prince.
Entanglement on set.
It's certainly that. I mean, I just during their parties,
Yeah.
I'm always just looking at him. The way he moves his body, I'm like, God
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, he's a Mr. Nigeria is a
I'll
fine
give it
guy.
to him.
Oh
I don't
my
think-
God.
Is
I
he
think he's
boring?
a better
It's
dancer.
not.
Is he
I mean,
boring?
he's
not
a
boring.
gentleman because when Lucy was crying after their the Wedger thing, he went there, he was consoling her, telling her the right things to say, and Lucy was there like, he's just going away, and I'm like, come
And
on.
Lucy likes him. You see, they're even more that it's more than entanglement. It's
Let's
like
talk about the
something
women that are not getting any action.
Tolani and Watoni, like how it's just Prince has eyes for Watoni. If not because he's
If I were there, I'd
engaged,
have eyes for
and
him.
because
pretty.
during the course of when they were introducing themselves, Prince was like, I like women with foreheads and shorts. And anytime he sees Watoni, he's always like,
smiling.
I just like women with
So why
foreheads.
has nobody made the move? What's going on?
I don't know, because maybe Watoni doesn't, like other.
I think she's like, apart from Lucy, she's like the oldest.
She's 29 and Katrina was 27.
So is it an age thing or
No,
she
I
has a
think
child thing?
she's laid back.
Anything.
She's not.
She's not out there.
Apart from when she had the thing with the fight with Katrina, there's nothing really.
Oh,
serious
Watoni and
about it.
Katrina had a fight?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
It was like after the first Thursday the bet trivia game, and then she Katrina, she said something like, who called my name? Then Watoni was like, it's me, and she was like, you have no right to call my name like that. If you try nonsense, I'll give it to you. And that was when the bossy thing about Katrina came out, and then Kaisha and Lucy had a fight, and Katrina was with her friends, obviously. So I think that was even what prompted the eviction, because at some point after when they did the truth or dare thing that led to the praise and Katrina.
We're going there, we'll get there.
So she started to open up more, but it was too late. That impact was already felt by the housemates, so they just had to evict her, and she was. I didn't want her to go though. I wanted Eric and Lilo.
Okay,
If
so
wishes were us's.
what's her name now?
Yeah, we forgot Kaisha.
Kaisha is another woman not getting
I
any
heard she
action.
actually reached the.
Yeah, of course.
She's not getting any action. She's not getting any action.
Yeah.
So Tolani is not getting any
I
action.
think Kaisha and
Tony,
Kaisha.
Yeah, there's some sort of closeness
so
between them.
two people not getting any action being close. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, Kaisha already said she like Kibaya, but like plenty.
Humble yourself.
But I'm just looking at her, but
She has to take several seats.
But I checked her Instagram page and she's actually very updated, like people on Instagram.
She's not that bad. She's not.
Yeah, but the way she acts,
like what's that?
You know, she's someone that you can't convince. Like you can't change what she wants to do. It's what she wants to do that she'll do. So the housemates have this kind of thing with her. Like they don't even when they're talking to her. You know, the last week when she was drunk and she started analyzing them.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like a stupid thing, but she actually got each and every one of them correctly. She talked about how they are, and she felt like they were riding on her butt. Yeah, she's very strong with whatever she wants to do. I think so that thing is really pushing the housemates away from her. But if Ozo is someone that even if they want to talk to her, they'll say, okay, Ozo will say we'll talk to her, or Prince will say we'll talk to her, because those guys, they seem to have very good conversations with people.
Did you watch this thing that Wafoni and Trikiti were like, I think she said she went to Germany, and they were like, you were asking that question like they didn't even believe at Germany, you go to Germany, like they were not saying where did you go in Germany. I said, what was the most interesting thing you did in Germany? Okay, yeah. She said she went shopping. I said, oh, where did you buy? What did you buy? So like they didn't really
it's the same thing. It was the same thing with Lakon.
Like a bit of classism.
Yes.
Like,
so when Lakon got into the house, you know, that was why I think
even
you
from
see
Twitter,
that thing. Yes, everybody pressing Lakon. But then when they heard the song, and then even after the first week, like some days after, the housemates, their relationship with Lakon is now, it's getting better, because now they even run to him for advice.
Yeah,
like,
it's one of the top guys. It's one of the top guys in the house.
Yeah, and that's one thing. That's one thing that attracted people to Lakon. Is sense of reasoning, is like, man, wow. Like the reaction he got on Saturday, and I was like,
keep up with it.
Yeah, it was crazy, and we really need DJ
BBN. Shout out to DJ BBN. Shout out to DJ BBN.
I was just in my house saying I need to party.
Like, I was legit dancing.
Like it killed.
Let us rate. There's something I want to say. Let's make it a thing to be rating the head of houses. So maybe we'll give them like over 10.
Yeah.
So what would you give?
You too said no, I don't even know.
So let's start with Nengi's head of house period. Let me start with you, Toby. What would you give her? What did you like about it? What did you not like? And over 10, what would you rate her?
For Nengi, I think because it was just the first week, they really didn't know what they were doing and all of that. Much was not expected from them at that time. So it was pretty much easy for Nengi to just carry out her duties and all of that. So and she was, because of the kind of person that she is, she's pretty much calm. She's a very calm person. The housemates, there was more of the friendly whatever was, and her own way of handling situations is quite different from that of Lucy. She would call you out and just talk to you, right? Other than just taking it out in the open. And so I'll give her a 7 over 10.
What about you, Shaw? What do you give?
I really like I didn't really watch that first week, so I really can't say. But Lucy, on the other hand, like, she's a very emotional person. So when she's upset, like, she's always extreme. So people actually thought she was bossing them. I think she had an issue with Tochi or something. So I don't really know. I'll give her like a 5, because that the second show, like, they really did well. Then Ebuka asked her how they did, and she said it was just okay. Like, okay, after the energy, the work, like, well, I think she's not really outspoken, so I think I'll just leave it that way. She's not an outspoken person, so she couldn't really, talk for the housemate compared to when other housemates spoke.
So you give her a 5 out, and that's Lucy.
Yeah, give it a 5.
But for me, for Lucy,
what about you for Lucy?
I don't know. I feel like the age thing comes to play.
How old is Lucy?
She's like 30.
Okay.
So the 30 plus thing, I'm sorry, 30 plus people. So the age thing comes to play, and then even the way she talks to people, I feel like it's rude. There's a way you should talk to people, even if you're older than them. Everybody there, they are not your kids.
No,
Yeah.
You should respect it. And then when she had the issue with Tochi, when she told Tochi was like, don't tell me to follow you around. Like, why? It's a general thing. You can just say, oh, please, we still have to go outside to do this. That way, you're not breaking the relationship. And she told Biggie that they don't listen to her, that she needs to help her do something. And to me, I feel like what's his name? Prince is a better head of house than Lucy.
He was a deputy, yeah?
Yes, he's a deputy. He is very. I mean, when they had the table thing to talk about the duties and all of that, you know, even when Lucy won the head of house thing, V was like, it's about to be a dictatorship because they know who she is. But now it seems like, and then that a wig just gives her another.
She shouldn't wear this. She should just change.
So it just
a white wig.
I mean, for me, from the very first day, I've had an issue with Lucy because of how she talked to Lekon when Lekon was trying to introduce himself.
So
and she was
that
like,
night,
"Shut up! Who are you? We don't care." And I'm like, "Why would you talk about? Why would you say that? You should not talk to people like that." So for me, let me just give her a 4/10.
I have a question. Has Prince slept on that HOH bed? Has he slept there?
I think that's where it sleeps.
No, I don't think so, Prince.
I think that's where it sleeps.
Okay, for me, so first week, Nengi, I'll give Nengi like a 6/10 because that was the first week. None of them really knew what they were doing. And she still managed to do it well. Her approach to resolving conflict, like she would meet the two personally. I like that. But she didn't really focus on it. She was more interested in her man drama. So she didn't really focus on them. Lucy, on the other hand, had no man drama. So she could focus on everybody and cause trouble. I'll give her like a 4/10. Let me upgrade it to a 5/10. I'll give her like a 5/10.
She will not be as with me.
Yeah, I'll give her like a 5/10. So evictions happened. Lilo went home. Yeah. Katrina went home. Katrina had sex though. In the Big Brother Naija.
Oh my God.
She had.
Okay. You did.
I have questions to ask, right? Mm-hmm. Let me start with Sean. What led to that? Because before I've never seen Prince. Like he talks to everybody. Yeah. But there was no closeness or anything. It took us by shock.
Katrina always said she had a crush on Prince. Like she always said she had a crush on Prince, and they did truth and dare, like she was drinking, and I could tell she was horny. So I knew something was going to go down, but I didn't know it was going to be sex.
That was crazy. And then she was not lifting her pants. Come on, dog. Like that was funny.
Oh boy. For me.
And then after that, he just.
He just locked up.
You know, me. There was a time. I think they were in the room together. They were talking, and then she was like, "I've said it that I like you, Prince, but the fact that you were rubbing that you were engaged and you had a child just put me off." And that day they actually did the truth or dare. So I think Dorothy dared Katrina. No, Dorothy dared Ozzo to put Katrina in his favorite sex position. So I think that prompted the hormones. And then, when she sat down on Ozzo and she was giving it, she literally rolled her eyes. And I'm like, okay. So that thing had already...
Details to me. I got that.
No. Even for us, like on the other side, when you look at Praise, the way he moves his body, man, that was how he won the Friday game. Because did you see where he was training his leg and all of that? So there's no. If you have good eyes, you would know a man that is. Come on,
for me, like even at the party, like
I don't know what's going on anymore. Toby has been thinking about Praise. That's why.
No, I had had to look well when he was under the sheet.
Is there a Big Brother Naija
rule? It was for like 5 seconds.
That if you're having sex, I probably the cameraman moved late. Kayode, they say your name is Kayode. Kayode, behave. Cameraman Kayode.
But he did well. He had to zoom out because at some point.
So is there a rule that if you're having sex, you must be under the blanket?
Yes.
I'm just asking. Is there such a rule? The show is rated 18+.
Even the other housemates working on them, it's going to be.
Look how Kibaya Erica, for instance, like also knew something was going on. It was just falling asleep and was smiling from sleep. Wow.
Oh God.
I was just feeling for Lekon. Like.
So okay, now this is another thing we need to address.
What?
I'm seeing Lekon as. Does Lekon want to do Erica's role? Is it not friend? Because anytime I'm seeing them, I'm seeing just friendship between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
But he likes Erica now. Brighto, the advisor, even advised him to come. Like he should.
I think that's a wrong move because I believe. I mean, it's
the premium tears.
But for Erica, the way she's going with Kid is like. She says she's okay, it's just attraction, and she does not want something serious. But the way she keeps going close to this guy.
So you won't blame us, women, and our emotions. Like you can't even. Blame.
I won't
even blame her. Do you understand? Kiba is a fine guy. He got game.
His father is a billionaire.
But I don't know if they are aware. Are they aware of it?
Yeah, they know, but they don't. I don't
think
they know.
He has hinted at being wealthy.
Yeah, but I don't think they know the level of richness.
But you're meant to. When he even said the old private jet thing,
I meant to. He has hinted at coming from.
You would calculate like,
but this guy. I don't know when they are kissing. Why are they making so much noise?
Yeah,
that kissing felt like scream
on.
You know when you scream.
No, it's the mic.
No. That one on Saturday. I was like, what's going on? It was like when you screenshot something. You know that sound.
Can't give him volume.
It was so. I don't know anybody who needs this. When you are kissing, don't use just your lips. Use your tongue.
We are going to. Boombuzz will present another video, especially How to Kiss by Topi.
Yeah.
Watch out, coming soon.
Oh boy, but it's man.
So now I woke up this morning that Erica was trending. People were talking shit. That she's cheap now.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
Girls now, they're double standards. Like kids.
I just find it very hypocritical that people stay up at night to watch when they are sleeping, hoping for some action. And then you see that action, and then you record it on your phone and you come and post it on Twitter and start and try and insult people. But you stayed awake, you didn't sleep, you were waiting for that shit. And they gave you your entertainment and now you're coming to
But I don't think anyone should blame Erica. I mean,
no, like she's free, she likes the
boy.
She
likes him. Okay, would you prefer what Nengi is doing to Prince that she said she claims she likes to what Erica and Kid to what they're doing? I feel what Nengi is doing to me, I don't know. It's just I just don't like it.
What Nengi is doing, she did it to us. She's doing it to Kid,
to Prince. So she's using the same line. So she's aware of the fact that
she's a fine
the
girl.
Guys in the house are all drawn to her. So she's riding.
I remember the first.
The
second truth of their game. Like when they would say, "Okay, pick a girl," everybody was picking Nengi. Everybody was picking
even during the task, Nengi and also who said this? Nengi. Who did this? Nengi. Like even the guys were so pissed that it was just Nengi. Like,
but if the guys could just look up and just
did the girls feel some type of way about the attraction?
I think that's where
but the thing is like they are not really accepting that they are saying it, they are making it look like Nengi is not pushing out herself to them.
I mean sometimes it looks like that. There was the time Kidwaya and somebody they were eating.
No, they were playing.
I mean, they were doing something by the table.
And then she came and
I was touching her hand near
him. Looking at the mirror, like we need to correct that. Like,
no. Everybody does
fresh.
that.
Everybody
does that. Even me in front of the mirror, I like to catch a glimpse of myself.
Ours is like.
She's vain.
Like I said, she's still amazed.
She's aware.
Like you don't do it in front of people.
No.
maybe it no too say after the surgery when she entered house, so she has not admired the body well.
Even Messi wow. Messi too was just during the party when she's
dancing around.
I think Messi has that now since she's
No, I'm saying like the fact she was aware, but then she wasn't rubbing it in their faces.
Okay, all right. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Who do we think? First of all, 2 girls went.
Yeah.
That means there are 8 girls.
Yeah.
And 10 guys.
Yeah.
So there's a shortage of women.
Yeah. So who do you think Eric is going to move on to next?
For Tony. We'll
find out. So who do we think is going home next? Will it be one person or 2 people this time? Who do we think is going on? Toby, who do you think is going on?
I think it will be.
If you had to pick 2 people.
Or 2 people.
Let's imagine a scenario of picking 2. Who do you think will go?
We'll see.
And
maybe Tricky T, because he's really not bringing anything to the table. So Lucy and Tricky.
Okay, show up. 2 people. Who do you think?
I think Tricky T is actually cool with a lot of people. Like, he doesn't really have friends, but like he relates with everyone. But I would say Lucy is one. Then I think Eric is going.
Yeah.
Eric needs to follow you. I'm married.
Yeah.
And give
I mean, their wedding invitation is out already, so we just need to.
Okay.
And yeah, I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Do we see the Diane thing? Diane, let me not say syndrome in Watoni, where like she's eating in the house. You know, for a very long time, the housemates not. Yeah, they didn't take note of Diane. So even at the time of when they had to nominate the housemates for eviction, they were always because it was even almost like they forgot her name. So she.
Meanwhile, who was the housemate that the other housemates evicted the most, nominated the most for eviction?
It was Katrina.
It was Katrina?
Yes. It was Katrina, like
even
almost.
It
was
they didn't want that body to remain in the house.
It was Katrina. I think that's where that impacts. That's.
Have you seen that one's body?
I'm sure. Even I don't think. Praise the votes, boy, and he didn't.
The dollar.
And then when Ibuka asked Katrina, would you miss Praise? And she was like,
Praise is like that.
Praise is just like every other housemate. Yeah.
So if there are 2 people that want to leave the house, it's Tochi. Tochi needs to go. Yeah, I don't see what he's doing in the house.
Yeah, and I think he has a bit of low self-esteem.
He should go. Then followed by Chikiti, should go. Eric, I want Eric to stay because Eric is a fine man.
Really, he's not interesting.
But Eric has the potential to give us drama. Imagine Eric going after another woman.
Eric is just like Ozo.
Imagine Eric going after another woman.
Eric is just like Ozo. Ozo is a fine guy and everything. But once Nengi rejected Ozo, Baba just did like lost 2 billion contracts. He just started going.
He will catch up.
You know something I found interesting about Ozo was during the truth or dare where they dared him to grab Dorothy's boobs.
Yeah.
And then the first day Dorothy didn't want him to do it, but when Nengi came in, she allowed him to do it, and then Nengi left. So it was, and then she now said it was ignoring her and blah 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 blah. I'm like,
mind games. But that's it for this week's recap. Don't forget to tell us your thoughts on this. Who you think should go? We've told you who we think should go. Tell us who you think should go in the comment section. Remember to watch this. Remember to share. We'll be back next week.